Hey everyone, welcome to week 2 of Experiential Education for 7th grade. So let's get started. Our goals are very similar to last week because all we're doing is pretty much just changing the 3 social emotional learning skills that we did not get a chance to work on. So again, we want to be able to maybe identify a couple of those. We're going to work on our responsible decision making. We're going to improve our relationship skills and also work on our self-management a little bit. Now, here's what this week is going to look like. We'll review the 2 quick skills from last week. I'm going to introduce those 3 new skills to you, and then I'm also going to share with you what the assignment for the week looks like. So again, here's just that image that we looked at last week that has all 5. If you remember last week, we worked on self-awareness and social awareness, and we did that by answering those little 10 questions about ourselves, and also working on assignment 2 where you had to post something about yourself that you wanted your classmates to know. So if you didn't do that, make sure to do that. All right. And that's how we improved our social awareness. Now, this week, we're going to improve on the 3 that are remaining. So let's start with responsible decision making. So responsible decision making is you can make choices that are good for you and also good for others. And there's 3 things that we're going to focus on this week when it comes to that responsible decision making. And that's identifying problems, solving problems, and reflecting. Now, in this class, I'm going to give you a lot of different challenges and tasks and games, and all of them, you and your teammates might run into some sort of problem or extra challenge that you're going to need to figure out. So not only are you going to figure out what that problem is, but you and your teammates are going to have to figure out how to solve it, and you might even have to reflect because it might not always work on the first try, and you're going to have to go back and refine your idea, figure out what's working, what's not working, and what can we change. And all of that is part of our responsible decision making. The next thing is relationship skills. This is probably the biggest thing that we work on in this class because everything we do is usually with a partner or some sort of team. So as a result, by working with individuals, you're going to be improving those relationships, right? That social engagement of working with one another, talking things out, figuring out what you like, don't like, things you have in common, because creating those bonds allows us to have a foundation and we can build from there, which is where maybe communication and teamwork come into play, right? Communication is being able to talk to our teammates. They listen to us about maybe our idea, strategy, what we have going on. Maybe sometimes you can't talk and you have to communicate non-verbally, right? So creating your form of sign language or writing things down. And teamwork, right? As the New England Patriots would say, do your job, right? If everyone on your team has some sort of role or job to complete and everyone does it, you work really strong as a team. So we're going to try and improve all of those, which is that relationship skills. The last one is self-management. Now, self-management is you can take responsibility for your own behaviors and well-being, all right? And to have us do that, one of the things we're going to do this week is work on a little goal setting, all right? So you have a chance to set your own goal, and setting goals is great, but we also need to be self-motivated, right? As you notice, there's self-motivation on there. You need to believe in yourself, and you want to have that ability inside of you to be like, yes, I want to achieve this goal. I got this. Now, sometimes setting goals can be a little stressful, right? So we always got to make sure we're balancing that stress management, finding that difference between maybe work and play and what we enjoy and when we need to take a break. And then the last thing, part of that self-management, is impulse control, right? And that's maybe thinking before we act. So an example of that could be maybe you're in class and you know the answer, and you could either yell out the answer or you could raise your hand and wait for the teacher to call on you. Right now, raising your hand and waiting for the teacher to call on you, that is controlling that impulse to just yell out the answer because you know you're right. Okay, so we might focus a lot on sort of impulse control through some of our activities and challenges during this trimester. Now, what do you need to do this week? Well, there's a week 2 reflection that you're going to need to complete by Friday, April 17th. Now, I'm going to show you my example of what that looks like to help you understand what is going on. So here is my example for the week 2 reflection. With this reflection, you're going to need to use the information from the last week's video, your own knowledge, and anything else that you might have learned from your classmates. Now, again, we have relationship skills. That's the first one we're going to be working on. To help you answer this, you're going to need to go back on Google Classroom to assignment number 2, where your classmates should have posted 2 things they want you to know. And that will help you find the answer of what is something you have in common with 3 other people in this class. All right. So as you can see, I've listed my 3 friends, and then I've also listed what we have in common. All right, and that's all you need to do for that one. The second one, responsible decision making. So this online learning is a new experience for you as students and also us as teachers. So there probably was some sort of challenge or problem that you had to face and figure out. So for the first question right here, what's a problem or challenge that you had? Well, for me, maybe I'm having a hard time remembering when my classes are and when I need to Zoom with my teacher. Maybe that's a problem you have. So the second question, how do I solve that problem? Or how do I plan on solving that problem? Well, for me, maybe one thing that I can do is I can write out my schedule and I'll keep it on my desk so I can see it. Or maybe I'll put my schedule of my Zooms and classes in the calendar app on my phone. And that way it can send me reminders for when I need to Zoom or complete my schoolwork. And then the last one is self-management. So here is where you get to set a goal. So what the question is what is something you would like to accomplish during this trimester or maybe before the summer? So my goal that I have set is I want to be able to throw 50 consecutive passes with my right hand and my left hand when playing lacrosse. So that's my goal. Now it asks me, what are 3 things that you can do to help you achieve your goal? Well, the first thing is maybe I need to look up some YouTube videos and drills of things that I can do to help me improve my catching and throwing with both of my hands. Now that I know what to do, I'm going to go to the wall and practice every day, all right? And I'm going to try and make those 50 passes with my right hand and my left hand. And then the third step is, well, I'm getting that practice in, but I'm also going to record myself, maybe using my phone or my iPad, and I'm going to record myself playing. So when I'm done, I can go back and watch that video and see maybe where the mistakes I made. Maybe my hands were too close to my body and I need to get them out more. Maybe I need to throw over the top. Whatever it is, by recording it, I can go and see what I need to do. So that is your assignment for the week. Okay, working on that relationship skills, responsible decision making, and self-management. Please write in full sentences. I'll have my example posted as well in case you need to go back and look at that. Right? And if you did not do assignment number 2 from week 1, please do that because your friends are going to need your answers for this part right here. So just as a reminder, we need to make sure that we have that reflection completed by Friday, April 17th. Once you've finished it, go ahead and hand it in. And once again, these are my office hours for the week. That is my email if you need me for anything at all. If you have a question, concern, confusion, don't be afraid to shoot me an email at any time. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy week 2, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay active. Have some fun this week. See ya.